Starting a move now, followed by American, and behind them Illustrious Blue, Red Ruler, Campanologist, Bucciolati, Managar, Profound Beauty, well back in the field is Linton. He's being followed then by Precedence, Zipping, then Monaco Consul, and towards the end still is Shocking and Master O'Reilly. Up to the turn now, Once for Wild, the narrow leader from Harris Tweed, Desperado. So You Think is poised on the outside as they swing around the turn. Next is Mr. Medici. Back behind those horses then is Shootout Ends of Eight. They're on the swing for home. And here Desperado trying to get up on the inside. Once for Wild, Harris Tweed, Malucky Day, Turkite Trick stayed on the inside. He's dashed to the front. Here comes So You Think down the outside with 250 metres to go. So You Think has raced up. Americana's a danger, then Harris Tweed. Turkite Trick the rail. So You Think in front. Americana's coming at him hard. American race past So You Think, and then Malucky Day. American for France coming right away. American is coming away. American Trevian scored by 2 lengths. Malucky Day. So You Think has run third, and coming home very solidly fourth was Zipping. He's followed closely by Harris.
The 2010 edition of the Melbourne Cup. Some consider it the greatest Melbourne Cup of all time. Tremendous win from the French stayer, American. Great call from Greg Miles. I'll never forget being at an establishment in Penrith, and as soon as So You Think hit the lead at the top of the straight, the pub exploded. I'll never forget that. I think everyone in the pub was on it, and it wasn't to be. It was a bit quieter about 30 seconds later, but great race, and we get to look forward to the race that stops the nation tomorrow. Show us your tips for Pro Group Racing.
Wet track.
It was a wet track, yeah.
Wet track,
over it the whole time. Oh, would have won next year if it hadn't got sold.
Yeah, would have won that year if it wasn't a wet track.
One of the sporting tragedies of the last decade was So You Think getting sold, because would have won 4 Cogs plates.
Yeah.
And gone to start and still been a star. But anyway.
Great horse.
Strong finish from American, though.
Oh, yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, he paved the way for Dunedin the year after, and probably changed the way in internationals approach the race. Set up the Geelong Cup for a couple of years as the lead up, and here we are, I suppose. The game has changed again because now it's no longer the lead up. But we're here to talk about Melbourne Cup Day. We're joined by from the Footy and Frothies podcast, a very good judge, Barney. Dave Harvey is joining us. How are you, mate?
Yeah, very well, mate. And yourself?
Very good. And Beaver's here. How are you?
Very well, thanks, Dagster.
How did Derby Day treat both of you? Both of y'all?
I've been struggling for a couple of weeks, but...
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I got you on here this week. I booked you a month ago, so that's good. How'd Derby Day treat you? You nailed September run?
Yeah, I had September run. Actually, I didn't have too many bets because I was stupidly playing cricket on the day, and I'll never do that again. Hate that game. And so I was... Yeah, I finished okay for the day because I had a good bet on September run. I sort of left some of the early things out. Young Werther, a little bit disappointing. You're probably right there, Daggy. Was just not enough
ran at a puff.
Yeah,
slowly run Derby. I look forward to most of them
Odium
going around at Moe in 12 months' time. Yeah. Odium just missed by a pimple. Yeah. Now, shout out to Moneyman Rod, he regular correspondent. He followed all our tips. He cleaned up, and then he had all of it into Shout the Bar. So next time you're in Penrith, Moneyman Rod, can you shout the bar?
My buddy Dave Gardner, he had Shout the Bar Odium Exacta.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Good on him.
And he was supposed to buy me some drinks last night, and he didn't.
So I guess Sydney Form stood up. Waller 3, or Gay won the Group 1. Waller 3 winners. September run, which you found. And if I'd been logical, not trying to...
What's that?
You did. If not hard to find. If it was... I'd been logical, not trying to be too clever. I end up... The debate we had on the show last week was, is Farnan gone? And about 10 minutes for race time, I just decided, yep, Farnan's gone. Didn't want Wild Ruler, so next best was, I did back Anders, but I did back September run. So that was good. First 4 winners in Sydney, so the job was done for me halfway through the day, so it was good. Barn, anything out of the day for you, or are you just looking forward now?
No, exactly, mate. Looking forward. I was with you on Anders in that race, but...
Sorry about that.
I got 1 or 2.
Good chance, Oakley Plate. Give it 6 months, fresh up. It jumped, ping the lids, 1100. But I think it's done enough for now.
Yeah, I jagged 1 or 2, but I just generally running second and thirds all day, which doesn't end up profitable.
Yeah, just missed on sound. Ashron nabbed it, but... There was that would have been a big day, and Hawkby on her 2 on the line, it would have turned it from a good day into a massive day. But
G-Tro we got there.
and we did, there were the two, and in both cases I'd saved on the winner, and we said there was only two hopes in the race. So
Shout the Bar's been one of mine for a long time, and I left it out for whatever reason.
Well, we knew Daggy would never back that horse because it's against his religion.
Swear word.
To shout anybody, let alone the Bar.
Thanks to got to give a quick shout out to the Gums for hosting us tonight for Melbourne. We thought we'd do something different for Melbourne Cup Day, and here we are. They've looked after us here, downtown Penrith, and doing our best here. Pro Group Racing, if you haven't already, subscribe to us, Spotify, iTunes, and especially YouTube. Leave some comments on the YouTube page. We do check them. We'll give some feedback. We'll give you a shout out and let us know how you go. Let us know if our tips do suck. But so far, so good in the Spring Carnival.
Our friend Roddy's never had more money in his kick than ever.
Done well.
Love his work.
Flying. So
only does he not follow us, he manages to pick out the ones that we actually
picks the eyes out.
Yeah,
he picks the eyes out of them. So he knows his stuff.
And this is what I said after his first email. Kudos to him because he went, okay, yep, I'm with them. Bang, bang, 3-leg multi,
Don't like that.
up it goes. There it is. So that's the way to play,
So
Back yourself.
thanks for writing in, Rod.
Yeah,
we love the feedback, mate.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're backing too. It's good.
Yeah, actually, next time if you could just let us know, shout the bar in advance, it would be sweet. But let's get into Melbourne Cup Day. Should we start at Flemington or should we start at Sydney?
Oh, Flemington.
Let's go Flemington, the main event. So the auxiliary card in Sydney, but Melbourne Cup, the weather's good. The rail was going to move out too, I believe. I should double check. I haven't followed it up. Let's have a look here. Talk amongst yourselves, punters.
Yeah.
Not that it's going to make much deal. I thought Flemington played pretty well the other day. I can't imagine.
Well, let's get on to the first one. You're talking about that. The Maribyrnong Plate for the youngsters over 1,000 metres.
The rail's gone out 2 metres, sorry. Karen.
There you go. Most of these are first starters, except the favourites had one start for one win, and everything else, except for one or two, have only had the one start. What do you think, Dave?
I think we can start with race 1, number 1. I'm really keen, actually. I can't say really keen because we don't know about the unraced. I know they've jumped out, but to draw a line through General Bow, who ran time on debut, Ingratiating beat it fair and square. You can then, as a result, rule out number 2, Finance Tycoon. And Ingratiating well and truly has, I just noticed it's been backed as well, has the race brigade covered, and there's not a whole lot there that interests me out of the others. I haven't fully studied jump outs because I'm inherently lazy and can't go to my way to look for it. But I think if the race form stands up, Ingratiating will win to kick us off with a winner. What do you reckon?
Happy to go with you there, mate.
I'm going to stay out of this one, to be honest.
Do you want to keep hosting, or should I do it?
No.
Yeah, fun. No, you're doing a good job,
You
bud.
get the shits with me.
No.
I don't want to get on your
Why
bad
change
side.
the habit of a lifetime? All right, we're going to the listed race, the 1,400 metre for the fillies. We see a bit of Sydney form against some Twains Express, which is Mexicana form. Have you got any thoughts here, lads?
I'm going to go with Joviality in this one, to be honest. J-Mac, Chris Waller, Sydney form. The wide draw is the only question I've got, but at $3, I'm willing to take a punt on that one.
Yeah, I'm with Barney Boy here. I think Joviality showed enough in its Sydney form. We know the Sydney form stacks up this time of year, and Waller McDonald should be hard to beat.
And the form got stamped with Forbidden Love running third at about $4 yesterday.
Yep.
In the Group 1. So let's make it a clean sweep. Joviality, J-Mac, Chris Waller will keep that going down there. The form's just better. When the third favourite's Sweet Reply, Joviality's got lengths on Sweet Reply.
I might even have a crack with Joviality all up something into the cup just to give me a bit of better
Bit of value.
odds.
Okay. Twains Express did match motors with La Mexicana, so it does need to be respected, I suppose. But beyond that, Joviality, I think with J-Mac, Waller will just keep the Melbourne wagon rolling along. Into the third, the Vobis Gold for the 1,000 metres. This is a less than inspiring race. Anyone?
If anything, I'd probably look at Harlem Blues, maybe an each-way play. But, yeah, no, not a lot of interest in this race for me.
For me, I kind of the same. It's not a race that I'm overly keen on, but if you actually do your homework on the form, you go back 3 starts, hard landing, one at Moonee Valley, was a pretty good win in the soft going, and then its last 2 runs haven't been great, but they've been in much better company than this. Immortal Love, Flying Award, and then last start, Doubtland won the race, and it hasn't been that far off them. This is a really big drop in class, and so therefore, gate 1, I expect this to jump and run, and if it can produce anything like that form, it could be hard to beat in a race like this.
No, I think you're on the right track. I think you've both got the 2 that I would have been interested in. I like the... I'm saying that that McNeil Stakes, which Immortal Love won, gutted all those horses, because everything out of that race has really fallen off a cliff, really. Even Tagalao hadn't come up. So they've given them... They went to the race against Outland, then gave it 7 weeks off. I'm saying freshen up, dropping grade, tick. And then the one that just outside all of them was Harlem Blues. I think you've found the right one there, Barn. That is coming from synthetic to here, but Snowden, lightly raced, just a bit less exposed. Now, I say this is a line, but I generally tried to do this race and had to go have a lie down after this race, the staying race. The only tick I can give this race is the name.
The Macca's Run.
The Macca's Run. I just thought it used to be the long black, would it be like, God, this is a mediocre race, but kudos to the Macca's Run name. Well done.
Yes.
Can someone give us some clarity, or are we
no, definitely not.
here?
Look, I think you probably got to look for the, $4 favourite Yonkers. I thought Yonkers was pretty good last start. Again, it's Sydney form. It's Waller trained. We know that it should run the distance. And I thought its last run was probably the best run it's had for a while. And if it can back that up, I think it's probably too good for most of these.
Yeah, it just doesn't compute in my head that Yonkers is going to win a race on Melbourne Cup Day after running around at Kenzo and everywhere else it runs around at. That said, when the Dangers Knights Order, who just quite did tip at 30s 2 weeks back, is coming down, quick back up into trip down, and now is going to lead here. I think Yonkers might nearly be a real good bet. I thought about this. Yeah,
me too. That's how I ended up getting to where I did. Like it beat Good Idea last start, who was a horse that you don't mind, Daggy, and I think at $4 it is not a bad bet at all in a race like this. It's probably 5th run into its prep, 2800's right up its alley. Second favourite, Waterhouse, Leave Me Out. And then the market starts to get a bit wide. It's probably the main danger is Duke on Waller's other horse. But it's carrying 62 kilos.
Yeah.
Big weight.
If I had to have a second bet here, it'd be Blandford Lad at 50s, just because actually ran quite well last time. But like the rest of them,
Cinder Wing's one that I've followed for a little while, but it's drawn way too wide. I don't think it's close. Duke on.
I've got 3 kids younger than Cinder Wing.
I
wish that was a joke, actually. But anyway,
Duke on is probably the second bet, but if I'm going to have a bet, it'd be Yonkers, but I'll probably stay out, to be honest.
How old is it? Is it 10 yet? Is it 10 or 8?
No, it's only 8.
Oh, well, two kids.
Yeah,
I know, but like honestly, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. Well, that sort of sums up the race, doesn't it?
A bit more of a bet, much keener on the next opportunity down here, race 5, the listed 1800 metre race, where there may be a good thing.
Yep.
Barn, do you lead off, or you've...
it's another one. I'm not 100%. I really don't have a lot of interest in it. If I'm going to back anything, it'll be the favourite, but I'll probably just probably sit this one out, to be honest.
Yeah, that's cool. Go on, tell us why this is going to win, Beaver.
Look, I think, this is a pretty average affair, this race, and this is a horse that's certainly on its way up. Look, I think it finished off its race very impressively last start at Morphettville, when Friedman takes them from sort of the outer-lying metro race tracks to Morphettville, has a good kill, beat Victoria Key, who's come out and won since, which is very good form line for this. It was $1.65 in that race. And that form has been franked. Look,
it wasn't just franked, it was franked in a Group 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Leading the horses out of the 1,000 Guineas.
So this horse has ran...
This horse would have won the Derby.
Yes.
I'm saying now. So if I'm saying that, then I think 5 to 4s, $2.10, $2.25 is a great price.
Yeah, it's a great price. So you've got 3 lengths behind Embolism at 1,300 in unsuited distance at Bendigo. Came out the next start and absolutely brained them at Sale at odds on. Taken to Morphettville, interestingly enough. Beat Victoria Key, who's come out and won that at $1.65, and now brings it back to Flemington for Melbourne Cup Day. I suspect they knew what they were doing here, and I think they'll probably, look. It's $2.10, acrophobic, or I don't know.
That's
$5,
Warwick Farm Form.
$10 plus.
That's Warwick Farm Form. I know it did run behind Pelter in that.
This should be $1.75.
I think it will be. 2 horses if you want to throw into your multis, Confrontational, Ultimate Edition. I'll forgive Ultimate Edition. I think it ran the 2000. Will lead here, can run a place, and Confrontational has come through through Embolism, and he's flying his prep actually. Went back to Geelong and won Geelong Classic.
Better, I'm going to double my Melbourne Cup bets that I'm having now because that's
all of a sudden Beaver's going to a 5-leg multi by the time you walk out of here.
Yeah, that's
see, you get two beers into him.
Horrifying won't start.
I think it's a steep ledge.
Run on the weekend.
What's that? Horrifying.
Wasn't bad on the weekend.
If it does,
a short back,
I'll probably back it. Put it that
each way, maybe.
You're an idiot.
If it's 20s, but I don't think it will.
Throw money away.
Winnings, right?
You can have 20. You can have 30s with me.
So ABC's.
I'll go put it on Ain'tnodeeldun deal, and I'll collect.
ABC's 2-3-1 for me anyway. So
yeah, good on you.
Just quickly, actually, just to butt in about the Derby. Barn and I don't follow AFL closely. What's the significance? Obviously, we know who Dennis Pagan is. For him to be a dual premiership winning coach and a Group 1 winning trainer, can you sort of, for the Sydney siders, put that into perspective?
What perspective do you need?
No, it's right. No,
like a dual winning premiership coach.
I'm just saying, like it's equivalent of probably not Craig Bellamy, but someone like a.
It's a pretty amazing feat. To be honest.
It's like Ricky Stewart going, I'm just going to start training horses next week, and
he's
only trained for I think 3 months or something.
You would have thought. I don't know what his background is in horses, but you don't wake up one morning.
No.
And so he's obviously grown up around horses or known something about horses in his day. I'm tipping it's not the first horse he's had, and it's not the first time he's been around them.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Something that hasn't, I guess, obviously never done before. But I'm just trying. How would you even compare to anything historically?
Well, it's quite funny, because he said this was training the Derby winner was 10 times better than winning an AFL grand final. So it's
obviously a passion then as well.
Yeah, it's obviously a passion, but that's a huge statement. I mean, AFL's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And coaching and the amount of time and effort that goes into that, as well as training a horse. Look, I don't, in all honesty, I probably because it's the last one he won, and maybe he left AFL with a bit of sour grapes in his mouth or something like that. They're both like amazing feats, and I'm sure you'd be. Yeah, they're probably on par, to be brutally honest. If not, probably, I don't know.
But to do both, an incredible thing. I think I'm trying to think of an analogy through similar sporting terms. I know. I suppose Alan Jones coached, dual coach, and those sort of things, but that's a far leap.
Was probably more the fact that it was such a massive underdog. It wasn't. It's not as though he has a lot of horses. Yeah. It's not as though it was a well-fancied horse. He's probably done things a little bit against the odds. So therefore, it probably, it leaves a better taste in the mouth that you're not expected to be able to do that because you've done the other. If you trained the Derby winner first and then won an AFL grand final, I wonder whether he'd still say the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. And I dare say it couldn't happen that way, because if you're in horses, he's not going to suddenly at 50 say, I'm going to coach an AFL side.
Yeah, so
I know there was a guy that coached the Australian women's cricket team and hockey team, and I can't think of his name.
Rick Charlesworth.
I see he's done both.
Yeah, it is ex-cricketer.
And maybe tennis or something as well. Yeah. He's obviously a very intelligent man. And I know Alan Jones dual coach. There's a few dual code coaches, but not so much something like that. It's incredible feat, I suppose. Yeah. I guess the point I was going to make, for whatever that's worth.
What's your coaching experience, Staggy?
Last time I coached, I won the 16s undefeated. So
look at you.
Retired ever since. So.
What was the feeling around that?
That was good. Good feeling. So I imagine if I enjoyed that, I was the first kid in this. I was 20 at the time. I was the first bloke in the huddle in the middle of the wicket when we got the last wicket.
Yeah.
So
that's when you
that's how much coaching. Yeah, that's when I used to care. So
bless your soul, mate.
Yeah. So no, coaching's a beautiful thing, but it's a very, as you know, trying and testing at times. But it's I think it's just make a point of kudos to Dennis Pagan, I suppose.
Yep. I might go train a horse now.
We'll try that. Oh, yeah, I'll be a racing manager.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do anything. All right. In the sixth, over the 1,400 metres, benchmark 90.
That was a whole lot of shit.
What just happened?
I know. So welcome to thanks to Progress Racing for supporting us. That's what we do. This is a good race. It's a good race. Interesting race.
Good race.
Beaver, going to kick this one off?
Yeah, it is a good race. There's lots of chances here. Lots of horses that have got winning form in multiple wins in their last couple of starts, which is really nice. Makes it really tough to pick. I've gone for Tavi Dance.
Okay.
At the $6 mark, I thought its last start win was super impressive. I think it gets all the favours here with where it sits in the run. Jamie Carabord is flying. I think some of the other chances are drawn pretty wide. That's going to make it really difficult for it over the 1,400 to get in. Groundswell, Ocular. Thought Ocular was a little bit disappointing last start. Couple of horses, the difference comes back having been in South Australia, as does Aqueduct. They've both got ability. Outrageous is first up for the Hawk stable. I think that's a chance. And coming around, bounce back to form last start. So, look, plenty of chances in this race. Any of the top probably 8 in the market. But I've settled on Tavi Dance.
Barney?
Yeah, I was going to say anything similar. Anything in the top 6, I'd be happy to put my money to. But I've picked the difference out of this one. I think it's come through its grades very nicely, and I expect it to be in another grade again 6 to 12 months from now. And I think it's moving through the grades really nicely. So at $10 and $3 a play, so I'm going to have a play there.
Very good. If it does run, yes, I support your opinion on the difference, which you all mentioned. Outrageous. Trialled very well. Second trial is very nice. Comes down from Sydney. Has form in Sydney through Trumbull, Facedos, all those sort of horses. And I think at $14 is a good bet. I would want to see how the rail's playing there. Obviously, Gate 1's an issue, but for me, Outrageous at $14 is my starting point. And Tavi Dance, good horse. I really that'll be the other one I'll play, and I'm happy to go away a bit from the favourite in that race. And Aqueduct, if it gets to $16-18 and gets a loose league with Karen, having had Jess Eaton on for the last few starts, I can definitely entertain double figures as well.
Yep.
So I think that's a very good betting opportunity, that race. So the feature is, as we have Sarah come in and help us out here, the feature is the Lexus Melbourne Cup 3200. Let's just recap quickly your numbers. You can find the full runner-by-runner preview elsewhere, but Beaver, recap your numbers here.
Yeah, we've done the full show on the every Melbourne Cup runner here, but the Beaver Boy has gone for number 13, Surprise Baby.
Are you alive? You got a live ticket? You don't have to share how much, but have you got a all-in bet on Surprise? Or not?
I've got a couple of bucks on Surprise already.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Early days.
Yeah.
It's been the horse I've been following for the last 12 months. Oh, the bears are getting shuffled around here. Beaver's he's banging up. And Tiger Moth is my second choice there, as we alluded to earlier in the show.
Yeah, my top 2 picks were Prince of Iran and Anthony Van Dyke. Had Tiger Moth in as my third pick, and who was the 5? Where did I go there? Sir Dragonet.
Sir Dragonet. Very elegant number 7, and Sir Dragonet number 5. I'll be having a beer on Miami Bound.
Good on you.
The 8th is the... When my internet joins us. The 8th is the 1800 Furphy.
Yes.
Where we see the return of, the third up run of Purple Sector, who I'm tipping. Yep. I thought was absolutely tremendous last time. Now right down in the weights for those people that follow that thing. Yep. Craig Cup week, Craig Williams on board, and I think it can tail this. Yeah. To be honest with you. Only danger, Junipal, who didn't miss the run on Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully you get the winner of the Cup here. It's got a bit of a bank to go into this and have a bit of a crack. I think Purple Sector is going to be hard to beat. And I think the only danger is really Homesman, to be honest. The second favourite, I thought Homesman was good at Moonee Valley.
Great ride.
It was a great ride, but I think certainly it'll leave it and be more improved from that run. 62 kgs is it's a big weight. But it's got some ability, and so that's what I'd be scared of.
Yeah, I think we're all going to jump on the back of this one. Come back gelded, come back in superior form. It's just been brilliant since it's come back, and I expect it to continue. Obviously, it's a little bit of a step up in distance, but I expect it to be winning. $3.50, not a bad price.
Absolutely. You're right there, Barn Boy.
And the interstate markets tend to disrespect me. The interstate horses a little. It goes both ways, Sydney and Melbourne, and you probably will get $4 on the day.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if we don't. This is a smorgasbord. The Hong Kong Jockey Club Stakes over the 1,400 metres for the mares. Interesting race. Barn, you want to kick off? Or you?
Yeah. Well, this is. I've earmarked Cordillia in this one. You've got Oliver on board, O'Brien trainer, great record at the distance, and it's career form. You can't really fault its career form either. So at $4.50, I'll be jumping aboard Cordillia.
Yeah, I'm with you, Barn. I think Cordelia is a really good play in this. I thought last start was very good. It drew wide, but geez, it let down really nice once it got into the clear. Drops a fair bit of weight on that run, and I certainly think O'Brien-Oliver combination here. Yeah, I'm keen.
Let's make it 3 from 3. Top pick clearly. I'm done with Liar, so we don't need to talk about her. Fabric at $10 is flying.
Yeah, might have a bit each way.
And has just missed by nose to Sovereign Award, who's obviously franked that. And the third pick for me is La Tigresse, who's $21, and that's a crazy price given how well it's going this prep. So we're finishing today with the MSS Security Sprint over 1,200 metres, a listed race. Very open market. Interesting here. Neighbourhood obviously comes out, having run on Saturday. And you were keen on one from Adelaide Beaver, I believe.
Yeah, I am actually, mates. One more Jack for me, mates. I thought, as you know, I like horses third up. I think its first up run was very good. Set off the pace, flashed home, just missed. When it does like to probably dominate up front. Next start went very quick. Was entitled to probably sort of throw the towel in, but it kicked and it won easy, killed him, and they bring it over here for Melbourne Cup Day, and I think this horse has got some ability and can go on to bigger and better things, so I'm willing to, at the $10 mark, I think it's a huge chance.
Cool, I guess it goes in the quarties, and I hadn't really looked at it. Barney, do you have any thought here?
I don't have a lot of interest in this race. Exhilarates is the one that probably does pique my interest, has a good second up record, good stable, good jockey, and if I'm going to bet, it'll be that one. But other than that, I might stay out.
Argument it's the weakest race it's been in for a while too. Exhilarates. For me, I just like the return of the astrologist. I like that it now drops from I think carried 62 when Beaver found it first up, and comes to town. And no, I found it. Did you find it?
Somebody found it.
No, which one did you like? They're the same horses. There's 2 in a row we tipped similar horses.
Astrologist, mate. You wouldn't have tipped a winner.
No, that's true. It's probably you. All right, we'll give it to you this time. I like Craig Williams on. I think it gets a lovely late in the day blending run from 14 and just comes down the outside. Especially with the way the 2 sprint races went on the weekend. Craig Williams just nails that outside gate sprint. September run in Bowman did the same thing with Fiesta late in the day. I think it's there to run well. From Yao Dash, who's teed up and ready to go, skip the Sydney Spring for this. And, definitely
seeing the booking of Walker.
50, what way do we got here?
56.
Yeah, no, good. I like it. No, Michael, I've got no problem with Michael Walker. The gay fandom's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, and he just does not cropping up in, you're not finding him on favourites in.
No, it's I got no problem with him on Dash. I think that's quite a clever play because he was nom for all those sort of rich races in Sydney, and we didn't see him. Exhilarates very outside gate as well. Very interesting. So let's wrap up our thoughts at Flemington on Cup Day. I've put Beaver in charge of the quaddie, or do we do the best and value first, Beaver?
We'll do best and value first.
Go on, Barn. Special guest. You got a best and value for us at Flemington?
Well, my value is the difference. As I said, the way it's been moving up through the grades at $10 and $3, I think it's a pretty good play for a value bet. And it's a joviality is probably Cordelia would be my best of the day at Flemington. $4.60 is pretty good price. Great record at the distance. And Oliver and O'Brien on it. So I think we all jumped in on that one. So
I'm going to make my best of the day. Ain'tnodeeldun. I think it's there to run very well. I think, like you said, probably take the $2.20 as soon as you can. My value is the Hawks Outrageous for all the reasons mentioned. And Beaver, what's your best value and quaddie? You're in charge of the Cup quaddie.
Yeah, my best of the day is race 5, number 2. Ain'tnodeeldun. I'm getting out of here and getting home to get the odds now.
Yep.
Happy as Larry there. And my value bet of the day
comes
comes up.
over there for you.
Yeah. Shit, get over there. I'm getting unders on that. And in the last at Flemington, I'm going to go all up the bookie's daughter and race 10, number 16, one more jack.
Okay.
At the $10 mark.
All right, and how are we making the best part of $100,000 quaddie here?
Oh, Jesus, no pressure. $100,000.
Okay, I'll take 10.
Okay, you ready?
Go on.
You got me?
Wait, not yet. Go on,
1.
Yep.
7. 12, 13. 16. 21.
Ooh, into?
The next race we've got 1 and 13 and 15.
Yep.
Third leg we have got 4, 5, 15. And we'll chuck in also the 2.
Yep.
And then we're going to finish off with 2, 6, 15, 16, 17.
Very good. So a bit of a wider quaddie than you usually play, but it is going to be a value day. There's going to be plenty of money in that pool, and hopefully we scoop a little bit of it. The support card is the Randwick meeting. Plenty of rain around today. I think there's a little bit more today. It's supposed to be okay. Yeah, hammered down all weekend. So we're going to head to Randwick on a heavy track. I don't think it's going to be much better than heavy. Rail in the 7. Last time it was there on a heavy track, it did play on pace. So there is a potential of that. Doing the form, it is very much an owner's ticket day. I think there's a lot of horses here for the ticket into the corporate boxes, which kudos to them. I'd be doing the same thing. Instead, I'll be at a facility on Victoria Street, Warrington, and you're welcome to come join us and get involved. But otherwise, we're going to get into this race here, into the Randwick Card. Shout out to Carol, who's got Harmony Rose going in, big sport of the show, but she's got Harmony Rose in the first here, and not without a chance. I'll run through this card pretty quickly because we've been here a while. Chime in when we need you boys, I guess, essentially. Harmony Rose, good chance here. I really like the debut. Very green, chase for the line, run well. I think a bit of a wet tracker. The second horse, To Harmony, has form around both Malkovich and Born a Warrior. Very quickly to 1,800 metres, maybe a concern, but looks a wet tracker to me. And the main danger was the Snowden horse Commanding, who was very impressive at Kembla.
If it can handle the track.
If it can handle the track, but I just got a feeling that might be a little wet tracker. Harmony Rose in the first.
What's Carol say?
She's keen. She tipped it to everyone.
What about the horse?
Oh, her. Give her a couple of moe. She's Even keener. Now, we do. She'll get involved with the show. Actually, we've said we'll get her on the show at some point. We'll punch through the rest here. My best of the day is going to come up in a second. I think Easifar is here to win. Red and debut on a heavy track, chasing Private Cheetah. Then chased home Ellsberg and Cerberus. Ellsberg obviously chased home Enchanted Heart on Saturday, and I think's here to run well. Had enough of Newsreader, which Easifar beat home. And unless there's something hidden here, I think it's here to run well. Anything to add, boys?
No, I think you're right here, mate. Expecting this horse to run really well, drawn well. Looks to get the run of the race and should be hard to beat.
We've got the maiden race, 400 metre 3-year-old maiden race, where there is a few 1300 metre, sorry. Maiden race is the third. And either you boys have an opinion, or should we push through?
Yeah, I got very little interest in the first half of this card. To be honest, I'll be playing wide if I'm going to have a bet in the first 4 races.
Nash is here. He's on the favourite. Hard to beat. The only one the two I'll mention outside of that, Kiku,
of course he's got some.
is tied to Elizabeth and Selberose, who you could tie to the previous 460. But the one I want to back here, interesting one, Wicked Ted, I thought trialled okay. It's $26. First horse, you have to have it out of Var Pensiero. It's the first time doing the form I've noticed a Var Pensiero going around. But Jason Cole did train said VP, and might be worth a little play at that, but the two favourites are hard to beat there. We're getting to a bit higher quality stuff going down the card now. Kim Moore trained Great News is the favourite in the 4th. Anything, lads?
Oh, look, I think it looks very hard to beat. It's won its last 3 starts. Got the 3 kilo claim here for Sherry. Look, its first up was pretty good. Hard to fault the form of this horse, and a pretty easy race, I think, for something with this. I'd expect it to win this. Probably the main danger, Deep Crystal, at about $12.
So I'm going to go with East Asia in this race. It's got pretty decent heavy and soft form. It won its last race at Weight for Age at the same distance, and pretty much the same class here at $7 and $2.50.
Very good. I'm with either sorts here. I think the booking of Nash or Deep Crystal coming out of the switched form. Both of those two have stood up on the Saturday from Great News. And, third pick with Barn. First leg of the quaddie is the benchmark 72 for the 3-year-olds. Private Cheetah back from listed grade, chasing some good ones here. And should lead this as long as it handles the track. Should be very hard to beat, I would assume. Gets a perfect rider for said leading. Beaver?
No, I'm going to go for Perfect Radiance. Thought its first up run was pretty impressive. Private Cheetah, it's going all right, but look, as long as it handles the track, I think it's probably the horse to beat in this race. Chris Lee's trained, drawn the inside gates. As long as that's not the place to be, I think Perfect Radiance could be a horse to beat.
Barn?
As I said, I was going to go pretty wide early in this race, in this card, and I'm going to go with Crosscheck in this. A dual accepted for the race before, but I think it'll take its spot in this race. It's got a decent barrier. It's got pretty decent form on a soft ground, depending on how the track's going to play. And it's won at the distance also at $9 and $3. I think it's a worth each way play.
Rip in.
Very good. The 6th of the day over the mile, benchmark 72. Any opinions, boys?
Nothing here.
No, I'm going to leave this one out.
I have to tip Atlantic King by default. Second in town in a heavy, and then resumed half a length behind Enchanted Heart, who obviously we saw on Saturday. Colette booked, I think it's a tick. Gone by is probably ready now. Bit interested in staying in a mile, and then Kukaracha down the bottom. I think wet track suits, and they're the top 3 there.
It'll need a little bit of luck getting across Atlantic.
Yeah.
Probably does look better than most of these, but that's probably where you're getting the little bit of the odds you get.
The 1100 metre race, benchmark 100, which you don't often see because it's essentially a listed race. We're seeing the resumption of Spaceboy, who ploughs through the wet against some Valamis come out, so that makes life even easier for Spaceboy. But where are you starting here, Barney?
Yeah, that's where I'm starting, and that's where I'm finishing in this race. Spaceboy at $4.80. a leader, good first up, soft, heavy, very good record on the soft, heavy, and the distance. Seems to have matured in the last 12 months, and I think it wins this pretty easily, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm ripping in.
Yeah, I think $5 is a great bet. With Valami out, I was worried. I didn't know what to make of Valami because the heavy track stuff was a little bit inconclusive, but
starts well, finishes well.
It'll ping across. It's got one job to do here. Trials are good. It's gate 10's going to, you know where it's going. It's going Zot, and someone's going to have to get past it.
What's the danger?
Blazing Miss.
Not sure.
Pandemic in the wet, not interested. Blazing Miss, the danger.
Superium not.
Superium doesn't go into it. If it runs, then they've killed that horse running heavy.
Yeah.
It's a horse of ability, and it's been disappointing.
It's closest out of a lot of them.
Yeah. $5 Spaceboy. Happy days.
$5 Daggy shut the bar at 5 o'clock.
Oi. We'll both be doing that about that. We finished the day with another 1100 metre race over the benchmark 72. Do you want Bellucci Babe here at 260 or you don't?
I'm backing it out of default, to be honest. I can't find anything else to back, so it looks like it's going to continue its improvement. It's a step up, and I think it'll step up again after this one. The ground's the only question, but...
I think you're right. Barney, I don't think it'll start at $2.60. Great news will come out of this race. That'll squeeze the odds on Belushi Babe. Race day, Never Talks drawn off the track. He's a Hot Shot's drawn off the track. This will start odds on.
Okay, I'm going to tip Never Talk.
Yep.
Its last win was pretty incredible, actually. Missed the start, got held up, still came on and won. I know it didn't beat really anything. Bolted in by 5 on a heavy track. I think it's got ability. I think it'll go forward from gate 15 rather than go right back.
Okay.
And I've just got a feeling Bellucci Babe is a 1,000-metre horse. So on a heavy 9 at 260, no. If it gets out and if we're flying Beaver, I'm sure that'll be our biggest result today, Bellucci Babe. Just spec there.
Won't start that. It'll get into odds on.
On a heavy 9? If it's playing swoopers, outside fence, you want to back it leading?
Well, it'll probably be middle of the track when it's leading.
Yeah.
I'm only backing
I'm not knocking it. I just think...
Take the 260 today and do your best.
The other things will be swooping on the same blade of grass that they're going up and down on. They'll be on the treadmill.
Yep, no, fair enough. Yep.
They'll be coming down the outside like you, brother.
I don't come down the outside. You're out of that.
It's gone again.
Okay, no. Oh, camera might be dead. That's all right. I'll tidy it up. I don't know what's going on with that. Apologies to those watching on YouTube. The camera just died on us. So, summing up our thoughts at Randwick on Melbourne Cup Day. I'm in charge of the quaddie, so throw out your best and value, Barn.
No, my best Spaceboy. I think we all agreed to that, especially if you're going to get $5 for it. You just get amongst that. And cross-check's probably my... It's going to be my value. That, as I said, it's my value play only because of the price at 9 and 3s, but that'll be my value bet.
Yeah, I'm with you, Barney. My best bet of the day is going to be Spaceboy as well. I like the horse, and I just think it's going to be super hard to beat at $4.80. And my value bet of the day, look, I think in the 4th race, Deep Crystal's probably good value at $12. Be hard to beat.
My best of the day is going to be Easifar, race 2, and my value is Spaceboy, but, we're all in now, so I don't think there's any value left to be had.
Have a look at him.
It'll be $2.20.
Yeah,
when I did the form in fairness, Villami was in. All right, McQuaddy. First leg, 8, 10, 11. Second leg, 2, 3, 9, 12. Third leg, 2, 4, 5, and 8. Home with 2, 9, 10, and 12.
Are you feeling okay?
That's skinnier than yours.
That's right. It's the only time you've been skinnier than me, mate.
Oh. So we've...
15 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, that's it. I still don't think so.
I've had 3 kids since then, let me know. So let's quickly wrap up here. Show us your tips. Progrit Racing, thank you very much for looking after us. Give us a follow on Facebook and Twitter, as well as Spotify, iTunes and YouTube. Thank you, Barney, for joining us.
Yeah, unreal having Barney.
Good luck. We'll get you back again for sure and certain.
If he gets a winner on the
he might sack you actually. Carol's chomping at the bit.
From Dougie.
We might get Rod. We might get Moneyman Rod on for a Zoom.
Yeah,
might
why
get him
not?
up. He might have some idea.
Phone call.
Thank you everyone for supporting us. Good luck this Tuesday, Beaver. And I guess you and I can actually be spending the day
Hanging out together.
And we'll do
that'll
some
be a
live.
ball.
Yeah.
That'll be a ball.
We'll be doing some live
I love
streaming,
doing that.
live updates, and keeping everyone posted. But apart from that, good luck, guys. Good luck with the race at Stops the Nation. If you're chiming in for the first time, get on board and stick around. We do the tip twice a week, every week. Free tips are up there. And catch everyone soon.
And before we go, just a shout out to my man Dean at Pro Group Racing for supporting the show. Great bloke. Thanks, Dean.
We will have a beer with him at some point too.
Yeah.
All right. Take care, guys. Good luck on Cup Day.
Cheers.